Hey, 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 how you doing? It is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Coming to you each and every day with the world of HBCU. Man, we have had one heck of a week this week. And without any further ado, let us jump right into today's episode. Hello again, and thank you all so much for joining and tuning in with us here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. It is an absolute labor of love for us, and it's something that will continue as long as God puts breath in my body and give me a sound mind to hold things down over here on this end. Of course, the big news this week has been the readjusting or the aftermath of Ashley Robertson moving towards Jackson State. But you have to always be mindful and watchful of how things unfold, how stories begin to develop. And I have an excerpt that I would love for you to listen to on today. And when I ask you to listen to this, I want you to listen extremely close to everything that is being said. This is coming from a radio show in Greenwood, Mississippi called The Final Score. The host of this show is Jerome Blake. Some of you may know who Jerome Blake is. Some of you may not know who Jerome Blake is. But Jerome Blake is a Hall of Famer when it comes to public announcing in the Southwest Athletic Conference. He is renowned for his antics and energetic style of delivery. He's also a Valley State man. He's also a man that is connected to the community. And to some degree, he's a man that's connected to the conference. I'm saying all that because I need you to pay close attention to the excerpts that are coming from this radio program that was just aired on Thursday, June the 7th, 2018. This was 2 days after the fact that Ashley has announced that he would be VP, Director of Athletics at Jackson State. Pay close attention to the words being said, and we'll come back and dialogue a little bit more.
I feel really being missed now for 2 weeks. Didn't come last week, and I'm learning that Mike Davis has left Texas Southern. I'm learning, well, I knew that Ashley had taken the job up at Jackson State. That lady down there at Prairie View, from what I'm understanding, he could never do nothing right. But now this guy is running almost a multi-million-dollar program at Prairie View. All them facilities that they got down there now, all that stuff they got going. And he was doing a fantastic job. You know, it was no secret that they started him off at $220,000 a year plus each sport that wins a championship is a $5,000 bonus. And of course, now to let you know, he had several of them because Prairie View been in the thick of things. I don't understand what it is that she wanted, and from what I'm understanding, she wanted to micromanage everything he did. Well, these are professional positions that you're paying a lot of money for. How are you going to micromanage a grown man?
Yep.
So the thing is, I think I'd rather take $30,000 or $40,000 cut in pay and go back home to Mississippi and instead give this lady a reason to actually fire me. And I'm losing $220,000 to $30,000 up front. Hadn't heard no official word on the SWAC commissioner. Talked to Dr. Bynum the other night. Dr. Bynum is one who told me that Ashley had the job. And he said that Thursday we're going to do the SWAC commissioners because they was all meeting today. And their athletic director down there is a guy named Charles McClellan. Should have been selected when Dewar Sharp went up for it. And they were the two finalists that was up for the job. And Charles should have got it. Now, all those things that's happening at Prairie View, all that money, all those facilities, all the things that's going on, Charles McClellan is the absolute reason why that is. He was one of the first athletic directors in the whole conference to realize that you cannot sit in your office and be an athletic director and type up letters and send it to corporate USA wanting help from those people, or to the alumni wanting help from the alumni. You can't sit in your office and do that. His thing has always been, hey, I'm going out there and see them people. And he did. And he sits in Houston, Texas, corporate America. And all of a sudden, you start seeing things shoot up around Prairie View. You start seeing the scholarships being granted. You start seeing money coming from the alumni because some kind of way he got them this first grade education into realizing that corporate America will put millions into us, but they want to see us put millions into us. So Valley went down for homecoming one year, and they put up 40 on Valley at halftime. At halftime, Vic, y'all, it's unreal, but they actually raised $40 million at halftime. The alumni came that strong. They had some alumni chapters were donating $45 million. So it was unreal. So I mean, they bought into the, I guess you can say, the American way of the way it's supposed to be, and nobody else has done it. And that's why Prairie View is trying to eke out of the SWAC and go to the Sun Belt, Sun Belt Conference, one of them. Whichever the one that Stephen F. Austin's in.
Southland.
That might be it. I'm not sure. They're trying to get out because it's just, I mean, it's a big conference. See, and see they built, I guess they figure that they're financial ready, but they built that the facility are state of the art compared to most of the facilities in that particular conference. Matter of fact, their off-season schedule, they play a lot of those schools. They play a lot of those schools, football, basketball, everything. Their non-conference schedule. So that kind of gives me the feeling that if Mike Davis has left Texas Southern, Charles McClellan, Charles McClellan should be a shoo-in for that job. If he gets the SWAC conference, brother, you're going to see the SWAC conference. Well, I feel that you'll see a big difference, in the conference as far as making it excel better than it is. But, buddy, what do you think Ashley's going to do at Jackson State?
All right. We're back. And I know that was a lot of information that was spewing out. A lot of information. But we're going to slow down and we're going to dissect what was actually being said. And we can go in reverse first. I believe that Charles McClellan will be the next commissioner for the Southwestern Athletic Conference. You've heard us say that here at the open mic. No problem with that at all. But let us get the record cleared and straight. Because one of the reasons why we do what we do, and I've always said no one can tell our story like we can. The university's new stadium was first conjured up under the leadership of Charles McCullough. In fact, Dr. Charles McCullough wanted to somewhat refurbish the old Blackshear Stadium, and he came up with a couple of drawings and everything kind of took off from there. He then heads down to Texas Southern. In comes Fred Washington. Everything else gets revisited, and the beginning in the project gets off the ground. Fred Washington holds it down, then passes the guard over to Ashley Robertson. So if the truth were to be told on a scale from A to Z, if we were to give its true credits and credence to, I would somewhat break it down in this manner. Charles McCullough started it from A to C. Fred Washington came in from D to Y, and the rest was upon Ashley Robertson. That's not knocking Ashley. He was at the right place at the right time. But if we are to give him full credit, now what we can give credit for were some of the final decisions to be made on the project as it was coming to a close. So let's let the record be clear. All three parties involved had, in my opinion, an integral part of putting this stadium and facilities together. That's number one. Number two, that woman, a.k.a. Dr. Ruth Simmons, is not, in my opinion, a micromanager. I don't know where that comes from. I don't know how that came to be. But I've got a strange hunch from the pits of my belly. If you were to pay close attention to the press conference that Brother Robinson held this past Tuesday, Dr. Bynum let it be known that Ashley initiated the conversation. I didn't say that. Dr. Bynum did. And another thing, if you were paying attention, it was insinuated that PV alumni were all about moving from the Southwestern Athletic Conference to the Southland Conference. And that is a lie from the pits of hell. That is a lie. Why would we, Prairie View A&M University, want to leave Southwestern Athletic Conference when the Southwestern Athletic Conference was part of our conception? 1920, 6 schools come together to form the Southwestern Athletic Conference. And in the forming of this Southwestern Athletic Conference, you had Bishop College, Paul Quinn, Sam Houston, which is now called Houston-Tillerson, Texas College, Wiley College, and guess who else? Prairie View A&M University. Why would you want to leave something that you've established and created, and you are the only school standing from the original source, the only Division I school standing from the original source? Bishop is no longer with us. Paul Quinn, Texas College, Houston-Tillerson, Wiley College are all part of the NAIA. It does not make logical sense. Another question that I would like for you, PV Nation, to answer, at least think about it. Who is the common denominator between all this information that all of a sudden has come out? Have a great week. I'm the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. You can follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy 22. The website is obnradio.com. Until the next time, you guys be blessed. We got something real big coming up for next week. We'll see you on the other side.